Good morning, my beautiful friends. This is your wake up call with Maui Paul. This is Maui Paul. I am here today to say some nice things about us. And we're going to be doing that with my I Am deck. Now, this deck is full of some positive and empowering affirmations, just wonderful things that we can say in order to express the truth about who we are. And I want to say thank you so much to everybody who is here helping co-create this experience. You guys are amazing. So good morning there, Frank. I see that you're here, Lauren. Good morning, Brenda Jean. Good morning, Shauna. It is very good to see you guys here today as we go through yet another empowering affirmation. And the ones that I'm going to be going through today is actually a brand new one. So I'm very excited to be debuting it. As you guys are well aware, I have a physical copy of these cards, a physical deck of these things. But today I'm going to be going through the a digital version until I get this one printed out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you if you are the affirmation on the card. And what I'd like for you to do is to say out loud, I am. And as we say, I am these affirmations, we build them into ourselves, and we give ourselves reason to focus on these incredibly important attributes. So let's have some fun today as we pull a card and say that today I am grateful. I am grateful. I recognize and value the good in my life. So I am grateful. I recognize and value the good in my life. Are you grateful? You are grateful. You recognize and value the good in your life. And what I'm going to do at this point is write this down in the comments. Because saying it is one thing. I get to hear myself say it, which is beautiful. I love it. We have a tendency as human beings to believe whatever we hear ourselves say. Whatever we think, we have a tendency to believe it, which is why it's so important to think good thoughts about ourselves. But I am writing this down. I am grateful. I recognize and value the good in my life. And the reason that we write this down is to bolster our faith. See, we can feel grateful right now, but maybe not feel grateful later. But when we say it, when we write it down, when we affirm it in all of these different ways, it gives us this incredible ability to come back and to reread this later. Sometimes I look at my writings from years ago and I think, wow, like I was speaking some life and some truth into myself. I didn't really believe that stuff at the time that I wrote it, but it came true. And it's really beautiful to know that when we write these things down, not only are they out there for us to remember and believe again, but they're also out there for other people to remember and believe. It allows other people to believe in us as we believe in ourselves. Now, I was really thinking about, like, what is a good image for this card? Making these cards is fun. Picking all of the positive attributes is fun, and it's always an interesting challenge to come up with a supporting statement down at the bottom. But one of the things that really defines these cards is the imagery on them. And so I was thinking about, like what kind of an image would evoke a feeling of gratitude. And I chose a candle. And the reason I chose a candle was because it's symbolic of quiet contemplation. Typically, when I'm lighting a candle, there's a purpose for it. Either it's warming some wax, or it's providing a warm, happy glow. It's providing a little bit of heat. It's providing that gentle flicker. And when I decided to do a candle, I looked through hundreds and hundreds of images of candles until I found this one. And I liked this one because it looked like the candle was just surrounded by these little hearts, like these. That I'm sure those are other candles in the background that are burning. But as the camera caught them, they just looked like little hearts, and it felt like it was symbolic of how gratitude really expands the love that we have. So, yeah. So I am grateful today. You are grateful too. We together, we recognize and value what's good in our lives. Every single time when we wake up, we have an opportunity to say, what is it that we're going to focus on? What is it that we're going to, what is it that is going to enter our consciousness and stay there? And so I think about, like, Brenda Jean mentioned about being grateful because, after being sick for so long, finally able to be physically active again. And so we oftentimes aren't even aware of what we've lost until it's gone. And then when we get it back, it feels so, so good to be, well, back where we were at the beginning. I think about when I wake up, I could focus on how my shoulder is tweaking, or I could focus on how I have woken up again and I have another unique opportunity to really build into the lives of myself and other people. And I have the ability to just have another day on this earth, which is one of the foremost things that I'm grateful for. So I am grateful. I recognize and value the good things in my life. And that means that I have to focus on the good things in my life. That means I have to actually recognize them and notice what they are and when they're happening. And that allows me to be grateful for it. Guys, there is always something to be grateful for. Gratitude is one of those incredible, expansive emotions that when we see something that to be grateful for, it becomes even easier to see other things to be grateful for. I'm grateful for each and every one of you. Thank you so much for coming and creating this positive space on the internet with me. I see a whole bunch of other people have joined. So good morning, Dan. It is great to see you. I'm sure that you're having a great time in Omaha, but we miss you too, and are looking forward to you and Stacy coming back. Good morning there, Tim. I see that you are. I see that you've joined, and also Jelly and Janet. It is great to see you guys on the wake up call today. Thank you so much for coming here and helping me create this amazing positive space. So let's be grateful for what we have today. Let's be grateful for who we are becoming, and let's be grateful that we got to join together in this early morning, these early morning hours, and just contemplate who we are and affirm these beautiful things about ourselves. So I will return tomorrow at 9 a.m. We will go through yet another one of these cards. Until then, I want to say thank you so much for coming here. I am grateful that you guys have all showed up, that you support this broadcast, and more importantly, that you trust me to support you. That is definitely life purpose type stuff there for me, and I'm very grateful that I'm able to even do something like this. So thank you. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Again, 9 a.m. is when I will be here. Until then, I love you and care about you, and I believe all these things that I say and I see them manifest in the lives of the people all around me. So I'll talk to you tomorrow, 9 a.m. Aloha from paradise.